Okay, y'all, I know I'm a little bit late as hell, but better late than never. So we're back with season 6, episode 2 of Chasing Atlanta. Reason why I'm late because I was living my life, living life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. I'm taking back my own freedom. Honey, I've been taking back my freedom. I have been getting out a little bit, been getting to know some folks. So Diva One had to take some time for herself and whatnot. But I'm back, y'all, to give y'all some commentary. So let's go ahead and get started with my good old sis, Rico Cast9, honey. So Rico being the security guard and Mama being the therapist down to the mansion. I was like, Rico, you done finally let the folks into the darn on chateau and they go darn on cutting it up, honey. See, they didn't even do that shit down to darn on Sheree's goddamn mansion. Just no damn coof, honey. Just, that's Atlanta for your ass. They don't give a damn where they at, honey. They don't even have the southern hospitality to respect people in their own home, honey. And then you take the niggas out the hood to a darn on haute couture neighborhood and they still act like some damn niggas. That'll probably be the first and last time we'll see darn on the chateau. I promise you, the only time that we're gonna see that chateau from now on is when darn on Rico goes live, and I won't blame him. But on a serious note, Kendra ends up having a breakdown. She was able to reconcile with Dominique. I hate to make fun of this shit, but it's like if that ain't some goddamn Gemini shit right there. It's like, maybe it's because I'm such a strong Capricorn. This is how petty I am. I ain't talked with my older brother in over 10 years behind some shit that didn't even have nothing to really do with him directly. But because I felt some type of way, I ain't talked with his ass none of my adult life. We still ain't talked to this day. And it all stemmed from some damn petty shit. So if I can do that to my own goddamn blood relative, imagine what I can do to somebody that ain't connected to me. But turning around and darn going, but see, then again, when it comes to work, I've done some stuff like that. I talked more about this on the live. Somebody threatened my life at the job last week, and then I had to turn around and work right next to them darn on throwing meat on the line with a goddamn hook in the hand. Once again, it can happen, but bitch, I'm still ain't cordial with that person. I don't speak with that person or nothing. But there's other situations where I have become... I started speaking back with people and actually become friendly. So it can happen, but bitch, it ain't going to be in the same goddamn day, and I might not even be the same week. But within a few minutes, honey, that's some goddamn Gemini shit. But both darn gone Kendra and goddamn Dominique can have that bullshit. Wayne gets up and leaves and ends up shading Rico and Tay G in his confessional and whatnot, talking about his little boo and whatnot, and the little cook. I was like, no, why everything got to be little this little? You know, that's an old condescending bitch for you. The darn going, the first thing they do when something ain't right for them is to say, oh, yo, this little this little that. Bitch, just because it wasn't up to your damn paw or whatnots, or just because Tay G darn gonna beat you to darn on Rico's goodies or whatnots, don't mean the shit got to be little, honey. Ain't nothing little down at the goddamn mansion, honey. The mansion ain't little. The barbecue was a decent size. Even you had to backpedal on that and say that the barbecue was a decent size. And we damn sure know, you know, Rico in the right areas ain't damn little or for damn honey. So Wayne, cut your bullshit out, boo. Then we also at the cookout get Seven and Willow. Child, the house just turned into a whole goddamn reunion. I mean, a reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited. Child, darn gone Dominique and Kendra reunited. Then Willa and darn gone Seven reunite, honey. They end up talking their differences out and whatnots. Quick rest in peace. I didn't know her, but I know several of my fellow YouTubers knew her and whatnots. But you know, rest in peace to Danita Rashad, or Rashawn. She was the YouTuber that did the Queen's Corner with TTB whatnot. So I found out about her tragic passing earlier the year, and then it would be during my birthday, but Oh Lord, that sounded so fucked up and vain. But on a serious note, she passed during like the later end of January. And then we found out some things going on with Willow around the same time that I touch on in episode 3. Which that was the triggering part for me, because me and Willow was going through a lot of overlaps over the summer, and y'all learn about that later. I don't know if I'm going to record both of them at once. If y'all see the outfit change, that means I decided to wait till the following day. But yeah, rest in peace to Miss D. Rashawn. Then we get the cast in and out with playing with football. I was like, you know, this is a little cute scene. Half y'all are darn gonna manufactured up. I don't know what type of football you playing around. Number one, darn gone Oliver, you got them basketball darn gone implants behind you, honey. Well, the injections, let me be darn gone correct. You got that darn gone BBL you still healing up for. So it's like, bitch, you only can do too much darn gone wobbling, damn moving with that darn gone paddy wagon behind you. Who else was out there? Tonka, you getting ready to do the lap band surgery. Well, hell, I guess the moving around is a little bit of itch to work out, because you know. So okay, yeah, Tonka, I'm gonna give you the pass. Now Willa, girl, head to toe is all silicone, boo boo. One false fall, honey, it's gonna be a darn gonna leak on aisle 3 in the darn gonna mansion, baby. You look cute though. 7, girl, your girls are just growing in, honey. One darn gonna fall is gonna be over for you too, honey. Now, granted, your shit's natural, but bitch, we a little bit too soon up in the darn gonna transition, honey, to be darn gonna fucking shit up early in the game. So, girl, you needed to sit down too. Tony, you're cute. Your category is face or whatnot. So you needed to sit down, especially with you trying to darn gonna reconstruct that nose of yours, honey. You don't need to reconstruct it early with darn gonna falling down on the goddamn mansion pavement. Sit on down, beautiful. So it was cute for what it was, but honey, ain't none of them hoes had no business playing no goddamn football, honey. Hell, y'all done took all the goddamn trade off the show that would have darn gonna play the football or whatnot. So it's like, bitch, leave the football alone. Y'all put on some pom-poms and y'all go down and cheer for the actual football players. But neither one of y'all all too cute to be playing football, baby. So outside of that, we end up learning about Jay Moore, man, honey. The man got fired. I was like, oh, that's red flag already right there, honey. Jay Moore, learn from me, honey. I done gotten smitten with not one but 2 guys, and I got real cozy and comfortable for a quick second. And then I found out children, and I was like, no, he got 5 of them, honey. I got 5 on it. I got 5. He got 5 on it. Hell no. 5 children. Now, he did have the wherewithal to say he was renting the house and not buying the house. He wasn't going to get locked up in a mortgage. But the man tried to put on a front with darn going putting out a billboard stating his love for darn going Jay Moore. I was like, bitch, that don't change nothing. I done seen people. Goddamn, this is gonna be some indirect shade towards my boo Rico. I swear, Rico, when I thought about this shit, this was a whole different person I was thinking of, but this actually does somewhat apply to you too. The motherfuckers are darn on in Atlanta put people in movies and whatnots, and then the motherfuckers still turn around and damn cheat. I'm sorry, Rico. I swear, that happened to another person I knew, but I just thought about the shit. I was like, God damn, that shit happened to Rico too. See, that goes to show, in Atlanta, you can't trust, no, you just can't trust, honey. No matter how no matter how dapper and put together the person may be, bitch, I always expect some fuck nigga shit in the goddamn A, honey. I'll talk more about that in episode 3, because I got a whole lot to say about that, honey. I even touch on a little bit of personal with the episode 3 review. But yeah, I was looking like Jay Moore, red flag, boo. Then we get darn going, hold on, I know I'm written this down wrong. Wayne meets up with his ex. Oh! Damn. Dominique meets up with, I knew I had that shit wrong. Dominique meets up with his ex Anthony. And I do got to mention, honey, darn, see, y'all ain't engaged no more, so I'm going to darn as a commentator, Dominique. Now, I'm just saying the shit as a commentator. Bitch, I ain't about to be messy like darn Wayne. I ain't about to be messy like Wayne and slide in the DMs talking about, hey, big head. Hell no. Besides, when I touch on my review in episode 3, I'm going to talk about why I refrain from talking about certain folks in Atlanta, because it'd be too many of y'all that know each other by a degree of separation. Honey, there's a certain story time where my goodies almost gotten shown out to the world. Lord Jesus. Now, y'all see a little bit on my Twitter already as it is, but I'm talking about the full shebang and shit. So I ease up on Atlanta. So I ain't about to be sliding in nobody DMs talking about no, hey, big head. Oh, hell no. But, honey, I will say this. I see why you stayed long engaged to him like Jennifer Hudson did to David Otunga, honey. Honey, when I tell you Anthony is good on the eyes, honey, it's just something about a nice milk chocolate man with tapered facial hair and some dreadlocks. Sculpted body, look nice and damn, Dominique, I feel bad for you that the shit didn't work out. I'm over here projecting like a motherfucker, honey. But like I said, I ain't gonna do too much because Lord knows, for what we see at the end, honey, I don't want none of that goddamn smoke. Now, bitch, I'm a merc girl. Now you gonna have your workout with me, honey. Wayne wasn't really doing much, honey. But bitch, I don't want to see you on that type of time, boo. If I ever decide to get a dog, I see you on a darn doggy appointment. But bitch, we ain't about to be dogging it out, honey. But anyways, yeah. He's over there talking with Anthony. And he brings up Wayne and try to slide in the DMs. It go down in the DM. See, I need to do like my goddamn shirt. Just shut the fuck up, D. Just shut the fuck up. But yeah, it go down in the DM, honey. But honey, Anthony wasn't trying to go there, honey. He's still good friends with Dominique, and that's good that they broke up amicably and they were still able to be cordial or whatnot. Because usually most spouses can't do that. Usually if they separate, it's like, oh, especially if there was some cheating involved. And sure enough, there was some infidelity involved. And it's like, god damn. That A curse is strong, honey. It don't matter whether you on the Housewives or you on Chasing, you on G status, honey. That darn curse tends to get it just permeates through the A, honey. You got to go on ahead and cast a huge love spell and darn potions and lotions and everything on my over your goddamn relationship in Atlanta, honey. Ooh, make me darn glad I dodged the bullet by not darn making it out there, but. Yeah, anyways, they still cordial nonetheless. And then we get that we found out on the after show that Wayne was familiar with Anthony from beforehand because he's friends with Anthony's friend whose name is also Wayne. And then he threw some shade about didn't nobody knew who Dominique was and all this, that, and the third. And I was like, now, wait a minute now, boo. Now, Wayne, I had to get you together on every episode. Now, first episode, we had to get you together on the history lesson about R&B artists can write for rappers just like rappers can write for R&B artists. Now we got to get you together on just because you wasn't familiar with one bitch don't mean that somebody else would. Just like, who is you? Not just because you didn't know who Dominique was. I was almost like, oh girl. It's like, bitch, the show is called Chasing for a reason. It's called Chasing, not already succeeded. Bitch, all of y'all motherfuckers is on the come up or whatnots. And no, that wasn't a plug or anything to the come up franchise, but you know, all y'all are chasing the dream or whatnot. So all y'all are aspiring to levels of success and whatnots and climbing up. So even if you wasn't known, bitch, that's what the goddamn show is for. Because, honey, we didn't know your black ass either prior to this shit. Honey, we didn't know. Hell, the only person we knew prior to this shit, to be honest with y'all, is darn going slightly Oliver. By way of Funky Dineva. And darn going Oprah Winfrey. That's the only bitch that we known beforehand. Out of everybody that's been on goddamn chasing was damn Oliver. And then if we go to, now I might be biased because I'm a 2-6 girl, honey. We can go to darn going Rico. Rico with a K. What else before chasing? I can say vaguely maybe Ike from darn going, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, which is a one-off hit moment. So I'm going to, that's very little. So none of y'all wasn't really known before this shit. So girl, humble yourself, bitch. Then we get over to darn going, what else do we have? Oliver and Will are occupying Troy to the medical aesthetic spa and contemplating getting fillers. Honey, Troy, don't fall into the trap. Here's another thing that's wrong with Atlanta. Everybody feel like they got to compete with the Knicks, bitch. Honey, I be looking at some of y'all darn on done up bodies. Body, so done up. It's a whole lot of money in this. Bitch, y'all get some money and y'all don't know what to do with, but darn gonna put it all up in your face, your ass, and everything else. And the darn on face card is already perfect. Like, bitch, what? It's like, and you younger than me, darn going on Troy. Your ass is what, like 25, 26, 27? It's like, bitch, what you getting fillers for? Your lips are more fuller and luscious than mine. You got beautiful darn on cheeks and everything else. So it's like, what we getting fillers for? You ain't got no darn on deep set wrinkles. See me, I'm starting to get the darn on smile lines and shit. But you ain't got none of that. I'm trying to figure out what is we getting fillers for? Don't get to compete with the motherfuckers in goddamn Atlanta. And then next thing you know, you looking like a walking goddamn bobblehead cartoon character. When it ain't nothing. See, the girls just don't know when to goddamn quit. Now, sometimes surgery is necessary. Because I know you're going to be like, now, Diva, how the fuck you saying all this shit? And we just seen your Twitter page earlier today, and you talking about getting some Sculptra to add a little bit of lift and darn going, what else did I say? Of course, I'm going to get my D's because I'm tired of being a 32A cup, honey. It don't even look like I got anything up here. Sometimes it's good for enhancements, but just know to balance that shit out perfectly. Like, don't do too much. And as far as Troy, like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with the face. Like, why is we getting stuff done on the face? Girl, just get you a facial and some microcurrent and call it the darn on day. If you want to darn on live for the day, get you a little bit of microcurrent treatment. Get you know, invest in some polypeptide serums. If you want to be, you know, frugal, but still, you know, good quality, go down to Target and get you some darn on good molecules for darn on $12. Call it a damn day. Don't go down there darn on putting all that darn on botulism up in your face, and you don't need the shit. And this is coming from somebody who is an esthetician. You don't need none of that shit, darn on Troy. Don't fall for it. Don't be around here looking like a walking bobblehead now, bitch. So, yeah, that's that on that with darn going Troy, honey. Once again, Troy, heed the warning now. Rico, Jay, and Oliver end up attending Tonka ball rehearsal. And they're trying their best to darn on Vogue down. Honey, bless their heart. I don't know shit about Vogue. And as you can tell from the southern accent, everybody try to guess where I'm from. Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, bitch. I'm down here from the 2-6 of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We ain't never had no goddamn ball down here. They finally started introducing the ball up to Charlotte and Raleigh, honey. The city part of North Carolina where everybody think that's what all of North Carolina is like. No, bitch. Come down to darn Pembroke and Parkton and Lumberton and Fayetteville. Honey, we real country down here. We don't know nothing about no We don't know nothing about that, honey. We seen Legendary, and that's all that we darn gonna know about it. Is darn gonna Leomi and Tonka Gaston and all that through Legendary. Bitch, we don't know nothing about that shit firsthand. But it was cute to see what they had to do, honey. Lord knows I can't do the shit. The only category I can possibly do is sex siren. I can do sex siren. I can darn gonna do floor performance. But when it comes to the hands and shit, I ain't about to be no stunt girl, honey. We leave that shit to the Drews and Tonkas of the world, honey. But it was a good darn gone moment. Then we get darn going Wayne and Rico talk about how Wayne and Kendra's strained relationship is. We find out Wayne's mother is unfortunately ill, and he's been, see, I ain't even know this shit, honey. Wayne got darn gone children. I was like, oh shit, not Wayne, this old piece of trade on the low, honey. Got children on the side, honey. Got a son and a daughter. I was like, oh shit, honey. I was like, now this is chasing reality. And we ain't, but see, then again, depending on the children's age and the controversy with, you know, LGBT culture and everything, and, you know, we as black people, I can understand where we might not have seen the children. Maybe, you know, it's a combination of we don't want to push the children onto the screen or whatnot, and have their face out there, because some of y'all fans, y'all be doing the most, honey. Y'all be seeing the baby mama take the children to the schoolhouse, and then you running up and be like, oh, I seen the baby. You darn gone Wayne's son. You Wayne's son. See, some of y'all just don't got no coof. So I can understand in one sense the children not being on the show, but I was like, damn, this is the first time we even hearing about the children. Now, Wayne, you done went and did some old Tyler Perry shit now. We didn't know darn gone Tyler Perry or J. Cole had a child until the darn gone child was like 4 or 5 years old, already in school. Lord gee. But see, honey, I don't blame you, though. I don't blame you. It was shocking, though. Almost shocking about is what happened to the end of this shit, honey. But then we get over to darn going, Tonka reconciling with a Legendary cast member. They was on the outs. They darn gonna reconcile, so shout out to them for that. Rico reveals that Kendra, unfortunately, is not gonna be with us anymore. I'm sorry, Rico. That shit did come off a little bit of soap opera, honey. I was like, now Rico, girl, now you know I love you. I love you, dude. I love you down, honey. But that shit, when you darn gonna say, Kendra is not gonna be with us anymore, I was, I did think the shit was a little bit of darn gone soap opera. I was like, honey, kill the scene. But seriously, all prayers and well wishes out to Kendra. Mental health is definitely important and whatnot. And you know, especially dealing with the loss of us is the girls, honey, because we really ain't got each other like that. Even down to our counterparts where, I guess I'm going to touch on this shit. Even the folks that are on the G side of the spectrum don't always be there for us when the time comes. The ones that I thought I wouldn't even hear them say certain shit, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and name drop some folks. Over the past year, we done seen folks from like Bobby I Love You Purr with Cash. He done talked this shit about the girls on Mad Day. Who else? Lord knows, and this boo is from North Carolina. But once again, wrong is wrong. Cash De Niro talked the shit about the girls on Mad Day. Who else? Old boy, the boy in the pic done talked about the girls on Mad Day. Some of the folks that you would not even think talked about the girls. So it's like we got to deal with the bullshit in our own communities. We got to deal with it from our own people. Because, honey, these folks is darn gonna making it where it's hard for us to get the jobs, hard for us to darn going, you know, go to the bathrooms and shit. They hurting us on that type of level. Our own people in the neighborhood is darn gonna trying to offer us We can darn gonna be minding our business, going to the goddamn grocery store. Yeah, I turn you down flat, and then you find out my darn gonna tea, and you want to try to put me 6 feet under. And then the darn gonna story get twisted like, oh, I tried to come on to you. Really, bitch? Like, that's the shit we got to deal with. And it's like, it is frustrating. It's like every day has got to be a goddamn walking struggle. Like, you can't even go to the goddamn grocery store without having to halfway looked over your shoulder, especially in Atlanta. And you wouldn't think it would be like that in Atlanta, considering that Atlanta is like the queer darn on black capital of the damn nation. But sadly, you got nigga shit in darn on Atlanta. So my PSA to the girls is, honey, the darn on stay well prayed up, and also in the words of Medea, peace be still. Make sure, honey, I'm a proud component of the Second Amendment. Fuck that darn on gun limit and shit. Honey, the girls need more guns than anybody. So if you are of the community on this side, not this side, but this side right here, bitch, make sure you got one. Make sure you got a little one that you can pull out your goddamn bride. See, it might be a little bit more easier for y'all girls that got some material up here. See, my shit so flat it'll fall down. So for us up here, get a little bit crafty with it. Put it up in your bonnets and shit. For y'all that like to walk outside with the bonnets and stuff on, honey, darn gonna give them a good old bonnet chronicle surprise. Honey, darn gonna make sure to put it in the boot, honey. If you real hood and slick with it, have a razor blade under the tongue. Have a good darn on pepper spray darn on ring. Honey, have your little jab thing. Matter of fact, where's my keys at? Have your little self-defense darn on jabber. Honey, you better have more goddamn tricks up your sleeve than the tricks you do in the goddamn bedroom, honey. You better have more tricks up your sleeve than the tricks that you walk down the street with, honey. In Atlanta. Yeah, we need to march and we need to fight with the legislation and all that. We got the Hope Giselles for that. Shout out to Hope Giselle. She just recently got promoted to a prestigious position in Atlanta, helping the queer folks out. But then again, you also need the bitches like me on the front line that's willing to darn going even the playing fields. So, yeah, we got to fight on the legislative level, but also at the same time, we got to be willing to fight personally, honey. Because when push come to shove, sometimes we can't trust our fellow people that are gonna come for us. That's the PSA. Oh shit. Damn, I'm about to knock the damn whole goddamn ring light off on that note. But anyways, moving on. Then we get to darn on Rain and Rico talk about how, oh, wait a minute. We done talked about that. We Were Born working on a hip-hop album. Oh, so surprise, surprise, honey. So turns out darn going to, We Were Born actually knows about hip-hop in more ways than one. They not only just because of the fact that they are lyricists and they can darn gonna write for more genres than one, but they also was already darn gonna switching over to hip-hop. So they already, and a lot of the girls are doing this darn gonna blending shit. It is bittersweet, honey. When I think about you, honey, Chloe Bailey been doing, honey, Beyonce's the blueprint. Beyonce and Mary J. Blige did the shit first, honey. With the blending of the hip-hop and R&B, and then everybody else just falling in line, honey. But now it just became oversaturated, honey. The R&B girls rapping and the rappers wanting to darn gonna be singers, child. So we'll see how this shit goes with We Were Born. They don't necessarily give me hip-hop teas like that. I hold on judgment. It look like it's going to give me very much jingles, honey. It looks like it's going to be Oliver 2.0 if I'm going to be honest, but more power to it. More power to it. What else? Oh, in the Ernie, we got my boo Rico working on the pop out. Now Rico actually did. I did like the darn gone song, honey. Matter of fact, where was that darn gone song at? Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the song. I should have had that shit queued up. See, this is the thing I hate about my new phone. Why on my Samsung Galaxy A54 the darn gone stuff don't organize? Like, with my other phone, it's in alphabetical order, but on this one, it doesn't darn gonna organize my apps. I got to organize it. And then I didn't know that I signed up on the cheap plan. So my data is darn gone, so I'm on 3G speed until it renews. This time I want to go for the unlimited data, y'all. But let me see if I can pull up the song on here. Y'all know Rico posts like every other day, child. Hey! Survive tonight. Me high. We day. Hold us so high. Honey, come on through, Rico, honey. I actually like it. It's a little bit of a bop honey with darn Rico, honey. So maybe We Were Born might darn gonna surprise me, child. Now, Rico, now I gave you a little shout out with the music, bitch. Don't come for my dick. Don't come for my coins, honey. Don't be like, honey, diva, I'm gonna have to collect the coins. Honey, consider that a free darn music shout out, boo. I have to darn add that disclaimer because sometimes y'all folks on the back end be like, honey, D1, we coming to snatch this little darn 2 cent that YouTube tossed your rate for the review, child. But then we get darn going, oh Lord, here's where it turns. Rico, we got another scene where you were didn't age well, honey. He's over here giving Wesley... He's over here giving Wesley Henderson his flowers for creating A Connections TV and allowing him to be the spinoff character of Jesse. And Lord knows the character is named Jesse because Jesse in real life is going through some bullshit. Y'all know Jesse Smollett, honey. Is still going through. Nowadays, they darn gonna say Jesse done checked himself into rehab. I gotta check into rehab for my disease. Lord knows. Jokes just write themselves up. The real life Jesse's in rehab. Honey, Jesse on darn going deception. Honey, we still don't know how Jesse gonna get killed off if y'all know the backstory in real life, child. But for right now, in this moment, honey, they're going, Wesley Henderson is getting his flowers and everything, from darn Rico. Y'all stay tuned because they filmed all the way up until like June. So y'all want to see a little bit of how this shit plays out towards the season finale. Then we get the show ending with Wayne and Dominique. They meet up, right? They meet up, and then they are both ride being petty. Darn on Dominique came ready with the goddamn, the print out notes and shit. I was like, Lord knows, ever since Monique came with the darn gone binder gate, honey, every bitch darn gone been darn gone ready with a goddamn binder of their own child. But then darn gone, here comes Wayne the Pain with his damn props and shit. And then we find out, Wayne used to date Anthony's friend or whatnot, the one that I mentioned earlier. That's how he was already familiar with Ant anyways prior to Dominique. Which still don't make no darn gone sense because given the timeline, because darn gone Dominique been engaged to the man about as long as darn gone Jennifer Hudson was engaged to David Otunga. Both of them broke up with, you know, it was that 8-year mark that separated them, honey. Dominique and his man only lasted 8 years, and then Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga, their 8-year engagement. So it's like, I'm surprised you. So it's weird that you say you wasn't familiar with Dominique, but you know, in the industry where everybody seems to know each other by a degree or so of separation, and you was already familiar with the friend, it was like, I would think you would still knew of Dominique in passing. Possibly, maybe not, maybe not. But neither here nor there, child. Neither here nor there. They come with their damn props and shit. One thing leads to another. And darn gone, now Wayne, you did sneak up, honey. And it was like, run up to get darn gone done up, child. It's like, how, once again, I don't know who I said that darn gone shit to the last time. I want to say, ironically, it might have been Kendra the last time I said that shit. Because I'm getting flashbacks to when she ran up on Troy. And then she wanted to fall out. Y'all remember that iconic scene where she hit one of the boys that didn't have nothing to do with the shit, that was a bystander. And then as soon as he turned around, she wanted to fake like a goddamn Karen and fall out talking about, oh! Child, that scene right there would go down in Chasing History as one of the most hilarious fights ever, honey. That shit... Honey, that shit tops darn on Rico and darn on Dominique going at it. When darn on Kendra hit that boy, and as soon as he turned around, Kendra knocked her own self out and darn on act like she darn on got hit across. But Wayne, child, I'll be damned if this ain't in the top 5 either. Your ass darn gonna snuck Dominique in the face. You got Dominique by a whole foot because your ass is like 6 foot tall. Dominique is a little itty bitty thing, honey. He's not even stocky. Like Rico is darn gonna short but stocky. Rico's like what, 5'5", but 195 pounds. Darn going Dominique is like 5'2", 5'3", and no more than like 100 pounds. How in the hell you got about a whole foot and 60 pounds on Dominique? And it was like the darn on Chihuahua whooping the darn on Rottweiler's ass. I was like, how in the hell is the Chihuahua? You know, not to call y'all dogs or anything, but just for the analogy of it, the size difference. I was like, child, this is equivalent to a Chihuahua holding its own up against a goddamn Rottweiler. And then it's like you thought you did something because Dominique's mouth was bleeding. I was like, so we just want to ignore the fact, Wayne, that you got this whole goddamn spike darn going cuff on your hand or whatnot that could have easily grazed his face. And then anybody who knows about anatomy, and Lord knows this the one thing I hate about aesthetics, honey. They made sure we knew about every bone, muscle, and blood vessel and everything in the face, because unlike a massage therapist, we tend to focus mostly from the décolleté on up. So we had to learn about the anatomy all up and through here. So when it comes to this area, you tend to bleed profusely because all the, you know, your vessels and stuff is concentrated up in this area. So it makes it seem like you're bleeding a lot more than what you really are. So it's like, you know, grazed his lip with the spike thing and you thought you don't won the fight. But in my opinion, honey, Dominique was holding his own. For you to darn gonna catch him off guard and he managed to flip you on the ground a couple times. Now, nobody clearly won the fight or whatnot. It was a standoff. But the fact that you initiated the shit and darn gone Dominique was still able to easily get up. He didn't have no black eye. His lip wasn't too busted. Yeah, Wayne, you ultimately lost that one, honey. So what else do I got? I think that is it, y'all. So we leave off on the cliffhanger. Dominique ends up calling Seven, filling her in on everything. And then we get into episode 3. So y'all know what to do. Feel free to like. Oh, well, shit. I don't know why I said like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to combine both of this in the same clip. So to y'all, I'm about to do some fancy editing. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! We are back. As you see, for the outfit change, I decided to wait till the following day. So, ignore the tongue, y'all. The tongue is actually matching my shirt, Daffy Duck. Courtesy of my favorite candy, Tic Tacs, the colorful kind. But we are back with season 6, episode 3 of Chasing Atlanta. And warning, I might go through some emotions again. It's already been an emotional week for me. I done lost a childhood friend. I done dealt with the situation on Twitter. If y'all already seen, if you seen it, you seen it. Work and a whole host of other things. So yeah, I'm already going through some emotions this week. And so tackling this where it dives into, you know, some painful memories and emotions and relatability, I got my darn on tissue on standby. So let's get into it. We got Rico and Rain conversing about the fight between Wayne and Dominique or whatnots. So apparently darn gone, Wayne took it upon himself to meet up with Dominique prior to Rico being the mediator, and that's why shit hit the fan. I think shit would have still hit the fan even if darn gone Rico was there. I don't think that really would have changed anything. Now this is where we get into the sadness of it all. Willa sits down with Tawan, which is the therapist of the show. He's the dedicated therapist of Chasing. And, you know, unlike Amani Van Zant, he's actually licensed and accredited. He's certified darn gonna treat the people's mental and whatnot. So they discussing about finding out she has an autoimmune disease called leukocytosis. And that is a disorder where your body has a high elevated white blood cell count and it fights off diseases that's not actually there. So that's leukocytosis in a brief nutshell. Doctors messed up the procedure. They thought they got it, but they hit another area. She was bleeding out. And then, of course, true to black woman fashion, they don't never believe when we as black women are in pain. And even with us on the T-spectrum, we end up still getting them same sentiments where they don't darn gonna believe our pain compared to people of this caliber. And Willow was nearly checked up out of here behind the darn gone doctor saying, oh, it's all right, you just exaggerating. See, that's why I say it pays for us to, you know, and with reparations, we need to have our own everything, honey. Our own institutions, which includes hospitals. Because the way that, you know, and I'm talking about doctors who are really mindful and careful of, you know, black people. Because even some of us be on that bullshit, too. I remember Dr. Jackie was on that bullshit talking about black women be exaggerating shit. So we need to actually hire some more compassionate doctors that really is going to believe black women when they say they are in distress. Especially in a life-altering situation like this. You just find out that you have a lifelong disease. And then you due to the doctor's fuck up, you end up darn gonna become worse off than what you already are. And I bet you they didn't talk about no compensation and they try to still stick up with a bill. I wish like hell them motherfuckers would Willa. You better not pay not one motherfucking dime on that bullshit. You better make sure they fully, honey, if the insurance didn't already cover, you better make sure they darn gonna automatically waive that shit at the minimum. You gonna nearly darn gonna fuck up my life and then you gonna send me the bill for it? Shit. And then that goes into a rabbit hole of we can talk about universal health care that still like, ain't darn gonna pass, but you know that I'd say that for politic talk, child. But yeah, she was talking about that. And then she talked about the passing of, once again, rest in peace to the D. Rashawn. I was not as familiar with her as other YouTubers was. I never had the pleasure of conversing with her, but she was a wonderful vlogger from what I've seen on social media. And she was very close with quite a few of the folks. I know she had the Queen's Corner with Abby Reviews. It was Abby, D. Rashawn, Willa, and it was a couple others. So they did still continue doing the Queen's Corner in her memory, you know, post her, you know, untimely demise and whatnot. But, you know, rest in peace once again to D. Rashawn. So this is where it starts to take a darn gone turn. Because we touching on the, you know, the passing of a fellow YouTuber. Then we get into the fact that Willa was not feeling, you know, confident within herself, that she wasn't where she was supposed to be, and that if she wasn't right by the end of December of 2022, she wasn't, you know, going to make it in. She was thinking about leaving in 2023. I had to think even if I was even going to include this segment, but I said I would be doing an injustice if I didn't touch on the subject or whatnot. No matter how painful it is and how close it hits the home. My AC would come on at the most wrong time. Because y'all know I was going through the exact same thing. And it goes to show, no matter where somebody is at in their lives, and you don't think somebody's doing better, they might be going through the same experience as you. Because it's like Willa is miles ahead of me. As far like let's keep it real. It's like, look at me, look at her. It's like she got everything done. She ain't dealing with the, you know, having to go through the laser treatments and the trachea shave and the, you know, the disc and all of that no more. She's all put together. She's extremely beautiful. She has spas and all that. She got her connections and all that. And even with that, you still don't necessarily know what is going on with somebody behind the scenes. So the fact that we was dealing with that shit simultaneously, where I was even on the same brink of, I was, because I was like, damn, I'm about to turn 30. I thought at 30 I would have made my first $1 million by now. I thought I would have been a homeowner. I thought I would have had, you know, been focused on having my first child by now, and all that's out the water. We are not having no children. I might adopt some children down the road, but as far as having children, no. That's permanently not feasible anymore. Homeowner, we're going to still focus on that, but we don't push that goal back to like 35 as opposed to 30. And then business, y'all know my business fell under. And that also led to a depression, because it was like, that was beyond my control with the pandemic. So I was going through it myself. So to see that Willa was going through the same thing, and she reached out to D. Rashawn about it, and unfortunately she passed in the month of January, at the top of the year or whatnot. My empathies go all the way out to you. I mean, I can relate to you real on all accounts, even down to losing somebody right close in that monthly spectrum. Because y'all know I lost my uncle right on my birthday, right in January. So that ain't even a good month for me either. So it gets, well, hell, I ain't gonna say it gets better. That's so darn gone cliche statement. I would say you will learn to adapt and adjust over time to this new normal. Because like I said, living with an autoimmune disease, it definitely changes you. And I'm talking from somebody who suffers from severe Crohn's disease. It does alter you. I don't necessarily know about the ins and outs of leukocytosis, but if it's anything similar to how Crohn's can affect somebody, my empathies go out with you. Also, once again, condolences on D. Rashawn. Okay, I managed to get through this time without her gonna break it down. Okay. Because Lord knows, when I saw this the other day, I was in darn on pure tears, y'all. But yeah, like I said, please, yeah, definitely get on the hotline. I'm glad that, you know, Chasen did put the hotline out there for anybody who's suffering, because like I said, you never know what somebody's going through. And sometimes and it's important that when somebody's reaching out, you know, that person is there. So it's unfortunate to hear that Seven wasn't really there for Willa in her time of need. Now, we later on found out that darn on Seven, she claimed she was grieving her own way or whatnot. I would think y'all would want to grieve together, but you can't tell nobody how to grieve. But yeah, definitely have a good, strong support system in regards to these situations. So, you know, D. Rashad was that outlet for Willa, and hell, it took somebody across the world to save me, because, give y'all a little tidbit. Well, I told y'all about this, that I almost ended my life earlier this year, and it took a stranger. I swear you can't make this shit up. I was at the end of my rope. I was like, well, hell, I done lost out on love. I done lost out on business opportunity. I done lost out on so much, and it's no reason for me to be here no more. So it was like 2, 3 in the morning. I already had the darn going broken glass to my throat, ready to slit my neck and everything. And then somebody darn going out the blue across the world, all the way in South Africa, managed to talk me off the ledge and we've had a conversation for several hours, and we've been in steady contact ever since. So that's the most I'm going to go into that. I might do a more in-depth story time on the follow-up about the mystery African man that saved me from going off the ledge. But yeah, suicide is definitely something, because that's a permanent. What's that statement? It's a permanent to a temporary problem. Like, it is a permanent tactic to a temporary problem where it don't need to be. So yeah, Willa, definitely surround yourself by good communicable friends. Make sure to check on your good friends or whatnot, no matter how strong they may seem, because y'all know Willa comes off as a strong alpha male. I mean, damn, alpha female at times. Willa, don't kick my ass, honey. You know, you come off as strong at times, but you know, in the words of the of my good friend Jasmine Divine that used to be on YouTube, she said she coming back. I just did a live earlier, honey. She said she coming back. We be waiting, but yeah, like in the words of her, definitely check on your strong friends. So that's my PSA as far as suicide awareness. So moving on from that, we did get to Rico and Tonka pull up in Jay's dressing room in Chi-Town, honey. Shout out to Chi-Town, honey. During the day of the fashion show, we find out that, Lord knows, here we go with another situation. The man wasn't faithful. The one that Dargon Jay was trying to get the house with, with the 5 kids, honey, he was cheating. I was like, God damn, it just ain't no Dargon. Just throw all the Atlanta men away. Just fuck it. I don't even give a damn if they ain't originally from Atlanta. It just seems like no matter how much of a southern gentleman somebody comes off, how romantic somebody comes off from Atlanta, they can be put together, they can be established, they can be about their business in multiple ways as far as what they do, as far as a celebrity and or their side gigs and everything else. And even with all of that the man has, they will still find a way to be a low-down, dirty dog. And I fully empathize with you 100%, Jay. When I tell you I empathize with you, I definitely empathize with you on that regard. Now, I ain't go as far as to try to move it. Hell no. I ain't moving in with nobody. I ain't darn gonna be heavily talking with for at least a good year. And that's for those reasons right there. I'll be damn, I darn gonna talk with somebody 2 minutes. Next thing we know, we moving. Now, there's a extenuating circumstance. Like, if I knew the person prior, like, if we were very good close friends or whatnots for some years or whatnots, okay, maybe certain things could be expedited, but hell no. Then the motherfucker had a freak Twitter and everything else. I'll be like, yep, that's how they do. Be darn gonna seemingly perfect on the outside, seeing your sweet nothings and everything else, and then find out they have a whole duplicit life, child. And in Jay's case, it was the darn gone, he had a freak Twitter and a couple people on the side. Honey, in my case, it was once again, you think I ain't even going to touch it. I ain't even going to touch it. But yeah, so unfortunate for Jay. But honey, Jay ain't gonna let this darn gonna bring him down. Jay say, bitch, I still got my motherfucking fashions. And honey, we about to darn gonna rip it on up, honey. And this is sponsored by Fenty and Chanel, honey. I said, come on through, honey. I wanted to sing the Beyonce song, Heated. Like Coco Chanel locked me up in jail. Uncle Johnny made my... Honey, Uncle Jay made my dress, bitch. And the spandex, they said, did not look a mess, honey. Darn gone, Jay had some swimwear for the first time out and everything. Come on through, Jay. Although, oh, wait a minute. Did I mean to put this in my notes? Oh, no, I ain't going to be there. Oh, I was really messy. I put some names down here because y'all remember I said I can relate to Jay, right? Oh, I put down like 3 or 4 names of some niggas from Atlanta that did me wrong. Yeah, I ain't gonna be that messy because some of them are friends. Y'all know how Atlanta is. Everybody knows each other by degree of separation, child. I ain't even gonna put the folks on blast like that. But honey, best believe I had to. We're gonna skip that. Anyways, darn on. It turns out they had some pissy ass seats. Darn on. They got moved to the nosebleeds. They didn't actually get to see the show. They done confiscated the bags. So I guess the free Chanel bags were for the VIP or whatnot. Darn on Rico going off in the confession talking about they took my bag. Rico girl, you just determined to be the goddamn comic relief of this darn on season, child, and I love it. But then we get over to Tony, honey. Miss Tony, honey, meet up with the goddaughters, the ex-goddaughters, and the soon-to-be goddaughter again. Because she dropped the Bryce family in 2021 when she was going through her depression, her iced out phase. Once again, this the whole goddamn just name this episode Relatability. Because Lord knows I'm just relating to all of these motherfuckers on some form of skill. Because I just got talking about being iced out. Now, granted, it ain't a beautiful situation because I was iced out of a goddamn pork plant job. I was being iced out of a goddamn pork plant job, so it ain't nowhere near as glamorous as being iced out of a motherfucking darn going kinky scene, honey. But yeah, she had to fight her way through that and still show, honey, she's nobody's plan B. She's always plan A, honey. Okay? Miss Tony, baby. But in the midst of that, she had to let the darn on daughters go, honey. The daughters have now since gotten new mamas and everything. But one of them decided to go ahead and make darn on Tony the godmama. I was like, ain't this something? No, made me want to tear up a little bit again on that one. This whole episode had me going through some series of emotions, y'all. We get Jay conversing with the parents, discussing on working on the designs while in the hospital. I was like, now come on through work ethic. Honey, I wouldn't be surprised to hear if Jay's a darn on Capricorn. Because that sounds like some shit that we'd do darn gonna be damn near on death's door and still trying to work on 5, 6, 7 darn on different things. If Jay ain't no goddamn if Jay ain't no Capricorn, he must be a goddamn Virgo. And that's like a Capricorn or a Virgo darn on trait right there. But yeah, he was working on the designs in the hospital or whatnot. Then we were born in Wayne the Pain going to the Dreamlight Studios to record some beats. It's been sponsored, so they getting a little coin. I was like, come on through. See, I love to hear about the folks both on and off camera getting their coins and stuff. So we were born getting they just do. We got Wayne. Finally, we see Wayne not in Kendra's shadow. Getting you know, his just do. And then off camera, I'm going to shout out somebody from, you know, my neck of the woods, the 2-6. Shout out to motherfucking Rico with a K for darn going being an opening act for none other than Saucy Santana. Now, so he ain't necessarily my motherfucking cup of tea. I mean, I would prefer maybe you open up for maybe like a, you know, a Sam Smith or something. But I understand, you know, ratchet music. You a rapper. That you know, Saucy as opposed to Sam was more up your alley or whatnot. However, you know, in spite of, you know, how I feel about the artist, you still did that too. So everybody on and off camera is just doing their darn thing when it comes to their music or whatnot. So shout out to that. Well, some people are procrastinating about their music or whatnot. They say they coming out with darn on stuff or whatnot. We'll see, honey. Some people been moving at a tortoise pace. But, you know, good things come to those who wait. Maybe, you know, it might be a masterpiece. Because y'all know Adele be having us wait like 5 years. And then she'll come out with a masterpiece. So to that person, moving at the tortoise pace, honey, hopefully the darn on next songs darn on also is just as good as the last one. Moving on. So then we get Rico, Tay, and Tonka arrive at Jay's fashion show. Oh, I done talked about that, about the Chanel bag and all that was confiscated. I jumped around a little bit, y'all. So, oh, but what I didn't mention was Jay was actually the finale designer. Bitch, come on through, honey. Jay said, I am the headliner, honey. Come on through, headliner. Honey, Jay just doing the damn thing, honey. Then we get Oliver darn going setting up the gap. Oliver, I know you came up with that book. I know you said that you try to be okay, Oliver. I'm gonna play devil's advocate with your ass. Now you mentioned on your live stream that you the only bitch that actually come out your coin, your coin purse or whatnots, and you the only one that consistently set up the event. So I applaud you for that. That was your low key way of saying that everybody else is some cheap bitches. That you the one that is always the one that's having the darn on fun and shit. However, I need you no longer. Well, hell, you can't no longer fund the shit. We approaching the end of what Chasing Atlanta is in this capacity. However, girl, every time you darn gonna fund something, set up something, darn gonna therapy something, this shit don't ever fucking go right. And you ought to think that you would learn out of all these years. Just stay out of it. Bitch, you got a million one things to do. You over there with Big Booty Judy, the brat, darn going selfishly, because it ain't nothing heavily about her motherfucking ass, and you darn gonna her darn gonna demeanor be rubbing off on you half the time. You working with darn gonna Icon T.S. Madison, bitch. Stay to darn gonna doing all the things that you do. But honey, this darn gonna setting up the meetings and stuff with the girls. Oh no. And sure enough, the shit with Troy and Dominique, and King Kane. They the ones that got thrown in the midst of the newbies. And the guide was for them to express the issue with King Kane, which I'm still confused on how King Kane became a point of contention in this, because he mentioned about the strangeness of the friendship. Like I'm still confused on this shit. I'm confused. Like, can somebody please clarify? Now, Rico, you said you taking the damn notes this season, bitch. I need you to clear. And these are your darn on Ace Boom Coons, bitch. Please feel free to clarify this shit, because I was just as confused by why the folks are mad. But see, oh hell no, never mind, Rico, no, bitch. You ain't going to give me the truth. I forgot. Damn, you got some issues with darn on Kane yourself. We ain't seen yet. You was already throwing your shade, so you ain't a reliable source. Who can I get this unreliable? I mean, that's reliable, that fucks with everybody, that watches my shit. Damn, I can't think of nobody, because Lord knows who can I think of? Anybody that watches, that is non-biased in this situation, that's not amongst the parties. Honey, definitely feel free to give me some more. Tonka, I'm going to gonna call on you on this. I had to think, like, who the hell I can think of in this dynamic that can gonna give me the more inside tea that ain't biased one way or the other. Tonka, girl, give me more of the inside tea on this shit with King Kane, Troy, and Dominique and whatnot, and why the folks ain't seeing it for on King Kane, honey. King Kane, I still ain't seen no email from you in regards to I told you I'm a low-key freak. Well, actually, I'm a high-key freak. I'm still looking, you know, I love to support the girls and whatnot. Now, I'm still looking for my darn on toys in the mail, honey. I'm still, you know, I'm single and celibate over here, bitch. I need some pleasure in this darn on good king-size bed. So, honey, I'm still looking for the darn on, for the toys and whatnots. just throwing that random tidbit out there, honey. Just throwing that out there, honey. But back to our regular scheduled programming. Yeah, I'm still confused on that, honey. Then we find out, oh Lord, speaking of Kane and Tonka. See, this is the awkwardness of hookups in Atlanta culture. We find out that darn gone Kane done also done tapped up all the time. I said, God damn. Honey darn going. I said, you just going for all the chocolate, honey. You just going for all the rich chocolate. You done tapped up on Oliver. You done tapped up on Tonka. I was like, oh my God, darn gone Kane just making this brown, honey. Child. Oh. See, this is why you gotta be careful with Atlanta, because you don't never know who done hooked up with who or whatnot. Honey, like I say, I can even tell y'all some stories, and I can say what they need to be said, because these stories involve me and whatnot. But let me just say, Freaknik is the understatement compared to what Atlanta really, the complexities and all of that. But yeah, y'all. Then we get over to Troy got the green light from Oliver to bring up the conversation about the issue. But once again, I'm still trying to figure out the issue of, well, he just seen what we all seen, that y'all wasn't as close or whatnot, and he gave commentary on, like, once again, somebody please break this shit down to me. And then pretty much it ended off with another event ruins. That's the only thing I can say on that part. We left on a cliffhanger. Meanwhile, Dargon Tonka and Dargon Tony in the background doing this. So it's like, honey, with all that eye looking shit, I know between them two T's, honey, they got the damn T. So feel free to DM me. So that is it, y'all. That is my commentary on season 6, episodes 2 and 3 of Chasing Atlanta. I will be back next week. Yep, it will be... Ooh, let me go ahead and give y'all an estimated date, because I'm not even going to be on time for episode 4. Now, give y'all some backstory on me why I'm late now with my reviews. I work at a plant. I work from 2. I leave out at 2, work at 3, get off around 1. Darn, don't be back here to 2. So pretty much I'm going from 2 to 2. So, and that's through the weekday. And this Saturday, we're actually working too. So, and then y'all know Sunday I'm going to be resting most of those days to make up for the fact that I'm working 6 days over 40 hours. So, with that being said, let me see, they come out on Wednesday. So, episode 4, y'all should look for, I'm going to try my best to get it out November the 6th. If not November 6th, it would definitely be November the 7th. So that is it, y'all. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon next week.